Welcome to the Showdown Podcast. This is our first episode
of 2018. Yes, it is.
Question mark?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. You never know when these are coming out. But this one will be hot and fresh.
Yep.
We are recording it week of.
Mm-hmm.
We usually like to bank a few, but we have some fun stuff coming up this year. Go ahead and give you the introduction if you're new to the show. I am your main host, I guess you would say. I used to be a referee. I used to be some sort of movie boxer. But
in the early days.
Now I am just the lead host, Brad Scott, and I am joined to my left live via the Miller Zoo, Corey's Kitchen, Corey Miller.
Hello.
Looking very, very much like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Not the Ewan McGregor version. And live, that hearty, soulful, looking forward to February laugh you hear is really the cog in the wheel that makes everything spin. Live via Skype from White Ass, Delaware, it's Vic Miller.
Dude, I got a day coming in less than 5 days. MLK is coming up, so I don't have to wait till February.
I just described you as so black. I used words like soulful. And you started off with a dude.
I'm not going to drop an N-bomb, so.
I know, we still. I tell you what, though. If you ever have to leave the show for some reason, like, because you're part of a more successful podcast. A successful podcast. We don't have to really. The adjective "more" would imply that ours is successful. But no, you're part of it. If they ever make you leave this show because they listen to it, the next black guy we get's got to be like one who loves the N-bomb. I honestly feel sometimes when I re-listen to episodes, I'm like, that's the only thing it's missing.
There's multiple N-bombs.
Well, because I mean, like, could you imagine the black dude? And from Vic, it wouldn't sound natural.
No, I can't. I have to force that out.
I know. No, I know. And here's the thing: as I get older, I completely understand. I was also not that kid. I was not even in my early 20s when I used to wear baggy Rockaware jeans and Sean John. I still grew up in the 90s. That was not a word I threw around. You know what I mean?
Right.
Unlike kids today, as
Those
I
kids
turn
today.
into Corey
Me?
on the PlayStation Live and their NBA 2K calling me the N-word all the time, and I'm like, you sound like you're 12 and live in Nebraska. You don't even have a team. Why are you playing this game? But yeah, I think sometimes when I listen, I'm like, man, could you imagine like if we did the weekend at Bernie's? And we just had a dude who was just like, oh man, that part when that black, I'm still not gonna say it. When that brother banged that white chick, that white bitch. When that brother banged that white, I'm using brother as my
Right.
sub. When that brother banged that white bitch when he was dead, that brother dead. Like that. Sometimes like that's all it's missing.
That ninja dead.
Dude, I swear to God. Like growing, I don't know. I'm interested to see how other people handle this. I let my daughter kind of listen to whatever music, but I also early on when she was first starting to learn words of songs, and I figured I had to pay attention to what I was listening to. I would still listen to it, and I'd be like, "No, you can sing." I'm like, "But you can't say that word."
That's the one word you can't say.
I go, but I swear to God, my solution was you can say ninja. That's what I do.
Right.
That might be kind of treading water sometimes too.
No. I'm like, but make sure you enunciate.
Yeah.
Ninja.
Well, yeah, ninja. My ninja.
That's a good point.
You got to make sure.
So when I play, if you guys aren't aware, I run a very successful NBA 2K My Player.
I had no idea.
Called Ginger Jesus.
I thought that was a man all by himself.
No. I am the father of the brown shirt savior.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing, though. When I play, a lot of times, like when people do drop the N-bomb on me, what I like to do is I get on the mic, and I always go, Ginger, please. look, my Ginger, I understand. That was a bad pass by me, but hey, sometimes gingers have those days. Drives them nuts.
So hold on, I just want to also place into this that though I am always referred to as in white ass Delaware, I believe y'all are in white ass Indianapolis right now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're not talking about
Oh,
that.
you mean because of snow?
Yeah.
I'm not. That's not why I call it white ass Delaware, Vic.
Oh, I know.
That's like the avalanche. I think you should watch out for. I think you should watch out for the avalanche of New Balance shoes marching towards your hotel. Oh no, you got a house there now.
Yeah, I got a house.
You know what? That kind of sucks.
I'm in my dungeon as we speak.
That kind of sucks. I'll be honest with you. I was not happy that you got a house. Can I tell you why?
Why?
It's out of a sweet place. Because it's like when former executive producer turned heel Molly Smith got a new boyfriend. It's like the final. Like you're there. This is a commitment you've made to Delaware.
Yeah,
and I feel like we're better than Delaware.
Feeling. I had that same feeling like when I actually signed the lease for it. I was like, this is actually kind of putting the nail in the coffin.
But you know what, though, Vic? It's a 3-month lease. You can figure out what you're going to do. You've already been there for like 45 days. So in 45 days, you can come back. Come back. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on Corey. He was wrong. He's really old. He's sorry he used the N-word.
Never happened. That
never happened, by the way. By the way, if you're new to the show, Corey's not sincerely a racist. We just like to say he's a racist.
He just plays one on podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. And because Vic's black, we feel like that should give you the inclination that he's not, and that it's we're all in on the joke. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, but they may not know Vic's black all the time, so they don't see that picture on iTunes. They just get that gray screen, and they don't know the makeup of this podcast. Maybe that's how we should start introducing ourselves every episode. Like, Corey is white. We have Vic, who is black. Seriously. And we have me, who you can't really tell. Depends on time of the year, what my tan looks like, and what my beard is.
Yeah.
Whether or not I have facial hair.
Oh, yeah. And I'm rocking an Old Glory right now.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And actually, we're taking, by the way, Vic, we're taking a selfie after this episode. Maybe we should FaceTime with them. And we can FaceTime with you, and I'll hold my phone up for you because I want to document this beard. It's the longest it's ever gotten. Anyways, we are way off topic here.
I'm just kind of letting you go.
We can't
We're
get off topic.
a movie podcast. And that brings me to what I wanted to start off today's episode with, which we're going to talk about how bad of a nerd Corey is.
Yeah, because that makes sense.
You are the worst nerd. So, what? I want to paint a picture for you, Vic. This is what brought this up. I get here and he's excited to show me the new toy,
right?
That Vic can't hear. By the way, that's another thing you'll notice through this episode. If we're explaining sound effects to Vic, it's because we have this new thing that's going to hopefully make it a lot more crystal clear for you, the audience. We just haven't quite figured out how to make it to where Vic can hear it through the Skype connection. So if you hear that, that's why. But Corey was so excited about this, right? And it's a Bluetooth microphone, basically.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth adapter.
Bluetooth adapter. Runs the Bluetooth through here so that it's not me holding the phone up to the microphone like we are using the Snowball back in the olden days of 2015.
Right. So basically what it does is it's a Bluetooth connector that you can take headphones and connect it to, and then Bluetooth to a regular set of headphones.
Now this is this is what Corey said. This is how he introduces this to me.
Okay.
He tells me it's a Bluetooth microphone basically, and then he goes, "Do you know how Bluetooth works?" Here's the thing. He didn't say, "Do you know how this Bluetooth adapter plugged into here?" He didn't know how the entire concept of Bluetooth worked.
Nope.
This was like a probably something that's been like confounding him for years. Because we've had Bluetooth for a while.
No, actually, I've never thought about it because
this is not new technology.
No,
I've never had to use it.
What did you think? What did you think people were doing with the little speaker they're putting on their ear? Like, what did you think was coming through there?
I didn't say I didn't know what it was.
But your exact words were, "Do you know how Bluetooth works?"
Yeah,
you were
like how we set it up.
But you said Bluetooth.
I know. I don't.
But here's the thing: your track record doesn't speak well for you, my friend.
Your statement should have been, "Hey, do you know how to make your phone work with my Bluetooth device?" That would have been an amicable question.
You might say to us, when you guys do conventions, you should probably get more content than what you produce for those conventions. Oh, we get the content. Corey just always ends up telling us later that everything we just didn't matter because none of it was recorded and none of it came through. Hey, you know that interview you just got with Steve Bartman, the Cubs fan that caught the foul ball by mistake and has not given a public appearance or interview in over 15 years? Yeah, gone. Hey, you know that interview you just got with Samuel L. Jackson where he told Vic he was like the son he never had?
What?
Gone.
Holy shit.
Gone. Gone.
I'm heartbroken.
That interview you got with a actual Sasquatch, like real life, he's going on the record. As soon as he listens to how this sounds, how great the interview's gone, he's ready to come clean and actually give details on where all the other Sasquatches are residing and what their purpose on life is. Give us a direct portal to God. He does exist. Gone. Gone because Corey brought the wrong batteries and didn't think to charge it the night before the big convention. The worst nerd. You're like if the Big Bang Theory didn't even have a laugh track. Just
Bazinga.
Thank you.
Crickets.
Thank you. This is the most hurt Corey's ever been on the show. I have berated him.
It's like this. So this is what it was. Bazinga.
We can hear Vic's sound effects. I have berated Corey for probably 60% of the time we've recorded this podcast. I've never seen him more heartbroken and disillusioned than he is right now.
No. There is one other time, and that was when we managed to record an entire episode, and he deleted it.
Oh, that's right. Another example of you being a bad nerd.
That was a heartbreaking moment.
You're a bird.
We had to talk him off the ledge. He was done podcasting
To be fair, he's not made that mistake again, has he?
No. Well,
wait, did we lose another episode? I'm just not remembering because we lost it.
Not on this show.
Okay. Okay. So we've covered. Okay. We've
covered crapping all over.
We have berated and abused Corey enough for the episode.
Thank you.
Apparently, some people don't like that, and honestly,
I had to listen to a donkey for the entire month, Corey. I am not.
That's true. That's true, and I'm sure my comeuppance is on its way. I accidentally let that M-bomb slip. I'm quoting Jay-Z. Jay-Z makes it hard to request his music if you're white, and I think he does it on purpose. I'm not doing that. That's for my act. I'm not going to put you guys through that. So, okay, we buried Corey enough. Let's move on. Next topic, Corey.
Good, yes.
Let's give you a moment.
Okay.
This is it's Corey's corner.
My corner.
What's going on in your neck of the woods? You have an exciting announcement for 2018.
Here's something I did a couple years ago: was try and watch 365 movies in 365 days, the entire year, a movie a day, basically. Now, obviously, there's room to catch up if you don't see one on one day, and then maybe the next day you watch a couple more, or watch two of them to make up for that day. You know, as long as you get 365 movies in 365 days. Now, the previous time I did it...
Okay, go ahead.
The previous time I did it, I didn't come close.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you real quick.
Yeah.
Before we finish. I felt bad. I was like, man, I've been too hard on Corey so far. And I felt bad. That's why I warmly offered you the floor, because I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm going to set him up because I know he's going to know what to do with this pass. And you know what he did, Vic? Yep. Do you know what you did wrong there?
No.
So when you told us this before when we in our production meeting, as we like to call them,
Right.
You said you were going to do the 365 thing, and you wanted to talk about how you did the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I assumed you were going to open up exactly how you told us, which was, remember when I did the 365 movies in 365 days?
Mm-hmm.
So that I could then jump in with the, you need to phrase that as I attempted to watch 360. Like that whole thing there, I thought you knew, and I thought the joke was headed there, and you totally gave it away by admitting you failed out the get-go, because you even caught yourself by going, so last year I attempted to watch 365, and then you admit that you failed miserably, which was like the final nail in the tire that completely took us off the road. So well done, sir.
You're welcome.
Right after you had gotten me to feel bad for you, you immediately turn around and remind me why I wasn't hard enough on you for being a bad nerd.
Hey, at least I was admitting my failure.
But we were supposed to.
That must have been such a good joke, though. Like when you attempted to, and you know, or do you mean, Corey? Because I don't know how my mind would have worked at that moment, but do you mean, Corey, when you watched 212 movies in 365 days, like something there would have been really cherry on top, but it's okay. So continue. So you failed miserably. How many did you get to?
I don't remember. I think it was in around 200 or something.
Around 200.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's the big announcement?
So this year I'm going to try it again. But this time it's all movies I've never seen before. Like when I did a previous time, I was including other.
Oh yeah, and me and Vic were like, "Oh, you are cheating like a motherfucker." That real number is probably close to 77.
Well, it was just the stipulation that I had made was it just has to be a movie. Watch it from beginning to end, even if I've seen it before.
You know what? Well done, sir. You saved this segment. You know why? Because you just made me realize. Vic, do you realize what he's trying to do here?
He's backpedaling.
Well, no. He is declaring that he is going to make the full 365 and 365 this year, and he's added tougher stipulations than what he had when he failed miserably.
He was unable to complete.
It's like a marathon's what, 26 miles, something like that?
Yeah.
It's like he tried his first marathon and he made it about 10, 11 blocks.
Right.
And passed out, right? And then he woke up, passed out, was out for in bed for a week, stiff, sore.
Okay.
And he gets out of bed and he goes, you know what? I'm going to move on to the triathlon. And I'm going to do it in a world record time. And then I'm going to sail around the world in 80 days.
I think you are just making it. You're aggrandizing him a lot, because I was just going to go with, I'm going to do the marathon again, but this time I'm going to do it running backwards.
Yeah, I had him way out there. I had him with a hot air balloon.
You had him going all over the place.
Yeah, like when he was saying that I'm going to sail the world in 80 days, he was actually in the hot air balloon. And the triathlon, people were like, but you didn't even start the triathlon. I thought the sailing was after the triathlon.
There's no
balloons put your number on. We've got your number, sir. You have not finished registration. But good luck to you. So today's January 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
How far ahead have you gotten?
I'm up to 4 now.
Sincerely?
Mm-hmm.
That you've never seen?
Mm-hmm.
So something just flashed before my eyes in this whole situation that I think is I'm gonna let our listeners in on something. Hang
on, real quick, Vic. What's the 4?
Okay.
The 4, Precious Cargo, and Maximum Conviction. What was the other 2? Kill Me 3 Times, and the 4th one, I can't remember which one.
You were just thinking of movies.
Nope.
You have watched 0 movies so far this year. It's been 3 days. I actually understood when you were arguing on behalf of a movie based on a real person and you couldn't remember over the course of that week whether that person was alive or dead currently, which probably would have been something covered in the movie.
Right.
But that was just clearly you were proud of your 4 movies, and that's why, Vic, I had to stop you there, because I thought in his head he's already on to me going to ask him, and he's trying to conjure him up, which is why the first 2 came out pretty smooth, and then that third one was, what was that movie called again that I watched within the past 72 hours?
Don't you have like the list on? It's not a list that you made on.
It's on
followed by on the 4th one, just giving up at the 10th block of the marathon and going, I don't remember what the other one was called.
No, that's where he passed out and face planted. Yeah. Hold on. So this
go to Letterboxd, Steve. They're all on there.
This is what just popped in my head. So Corey, who as you guys know, has let us know that he now works from home. And Corey, you are watching these movies during work hours, as we've talked about before. So you've actually, though you're saying you have made it harder, it's actually an easier situation for you to win.
You know
so the analogy to this is he is doing the Tour de France, right? He signed up for the Tour de France. He bought a bike. He started the race, but halfway through the race, he jumped on the motorcycle of the guys following the race and filming it. And he's just riding along. So it's not as hard as I thought it was when he first started.
No. I'm going to make it harder. Vic, let me know what you think of this idea.
Okay. You gonna add some stipulations to it?
Kind of.
Okay.
So when you finish watching a movie, before you start that movie, you post it on your list.
No, I wait until it's all done. And
No. Okay, you know what? That can be fair, because you could get tied away. Something can happen during the movie. You can't finish it. As soon as you finish the movie, within 10 minutes of finishing that movie, you go and put it on your list, and you tweet out from the Showdown account what that movie was that you just watched.
Okay.
And the number of which movie it is.
Yeah,
so the next one will be number 5.
Yeah, 5- this movie.
Okay.
When you do that, Vic and I will be much more adamant on our Showdown account and paying attention. We will then, I think, Vic, we need to use the power, because, here's what I want, basically. I want to happen is I want listeners that know the movie he says he watched to ask him a question that if he actually watched the movie engaged, didn't just have it on as background noise, he would know. I mean, it can't be like, well, there's what color dress was she wearing in the 13th?
Yeah, none of that.
But it's something that if you watch the entire movie, you would know, but maybe not if you kind of just watched the movie.
I get what you're saying.
So they tweet you a question. When you see that Twitter notification, and you may get lucky, it could be a few hours before somebody notices or whatever, you have to respond within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Whenever that comes in, whenever that question comes in, you have to respond within 5 minutes the answer. No. You have to respond.
What if I'm busy at
You
that
have
time?
Notifications on your phone.
Yeah.
You get 3 minutes.
Well, what if I'm
During
busy
work
at the time?
hours, you are granted 5, but you can find 5 minutes to type an answer.
Well, I might be busy.
You message me all day.
Not all day.
I'm bored. Come over here.
I don't think
Do a little dance for me.
Yeah. That's the type of things
Daddy
I text
got
you.
singles last night.
Put the lotion on the skin.
I'm only brought up from the hole to record these podcasts.
Right.
But anyways, no. Here's the thing, though, Vic.
I can't guarantee 5 minutes, but I will respond.
Okay, promptly.
Yes.
This isn't, because here my fear is you're just always going to Google the answer and always be tied up as soon as you get the tweet. So here's the thing. You'll get a couple of those passes. But otherwise, if it comes down to it, I will set hours from when people can just bombard you with questions. But here's the problem. The initial problem.
Somebody may send me one at like 3 a.m. I'm not awake.
The initial problem is this show doesn't have a far reach. And those of you that do listen, there are some of you out there, don't like to interact with us on social media. You like to pretend that we're like the friend. So Facebook you must be posting it on Facebook as well.
Okay.
And if you want, and if you need to, we'll go straight to Facebook. We'll bypass Twitter. But I'm going to retweet it from my Brad Scott comedy account. which has an okay following. I'm going to use the powers of WrestleMania, which has a good social media following with interactions to tweet it as well. Vic, whatever avenues you can, we'll talk. We'll send old Brad Shoemaker, who has a good reach. And even Bob East, we'll get him in on the action. We'll get everybody involved to make sure that this gets spread so that when you try to post a movie, because that's the other thing I think he's going to try to do is find some hidden obscure movie title, read like a Wikipedia entry about it,
right,
and then try to post that like, yeah, motherfuckers, try to find that to watch. So we'll find it. We'll get
no
this
one will
out.
have a question about that movie.
We'll get this out to a big enough audience that every movie will be able to be researched. And people will be able to ask you that question, and we'll keep you honest all year. And I tell you what, if you do it for the entire year, if you make it 365 movies in 365 days that you have not seen,
or less,
and you have not seen, I think a new MacBook that Vic steals from work would be a fine, sufficient, trophy. And how about this? If you do, I will let you, for the next following episode that you complete it, completely destroy me on how wrong I am. Because Vic, I'm putting the over under at 150. And I feel like that's high. I feel like bettors are going to flood the under.
Wow.
Okay. It's noted on this episode, the first episode of the year. Brad is putting down a hard 150.
Now look, here's the thing. You don't get to do that at 151.
Right.
When you
gotta
complete
get to the whole year.
When you complete your 365,
Oh, yeah.
that next episode, you get to berate me. Everything's fair game, except family. Everything else in my life is an open book. Everything you know about me is fair game, and you get to destroy me for the entire opening segment. And you get to open the show and give me whatever nickname you want to give me, and whatever.
So basically, I get to roast you.
Pretty much.
He's doubling down. Nice. That's a good prize.
I think at the same time, it's one of those things where I'm like, even if I lose, how good are Corey's roasting skills going to be?
Right. Yeah. You're going to get like 3 hits, and he's going to peter out.
You always wear a dumb wrestling shirt.
You think you're a good basketball player, Ginger Jesus.
Correction. I think I'm a good online video game basketball.
That's my point.
Yeah, that's fair. Vic, you haven't done it yet. You get to 365, you can do it too. All right. So we've covered that.
Yep.
This has been the best opening of the show ever.
It's been our longest opening.
This is a movie podcast, so but here's the thing. We
still never got to the point that he really did not understand. Like this kind of came about from the whole Bluetooth thing. Did he ever actually did you tell him what he needed to do? Like, we didn't inform anyone that he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh. You said, no. I was just saying, blah, blah. You didn't know what pairing meant.
Nope.
That's like the most basic Bluetooth term. It's in every instruction booklet, like the second line. You know what the first line is?
Nope.
Take it out of the package. Then they go right to dropping a pairing on you.
I'm telling you, I've never used Bluetooth. I don't know.
I am astounded at this. Again, you have Sheldon Cooper's social graces, and none of Leonard's with none of the tech ability.
No.
You're Leonard without the nerdiness.
Thanks.
I feel like I left him in charge of the tech, and this was a bad thing.
I don't even think he's ever seen Star Wars.
Because see, this is the kicker, and this is why I say I can defend myself. So I'm sending you a picture right now. Obviously, our audience can't see this, but you see that right there?
Nope.
That plug with a converter. Well, it'll come through in a second. That plug with a converter on it would make that whole thing work.
Like the converter into a microphone one?
Yeah, I have it. I can make that thing work right now if I was there. Unfortunately, I'm not there, so.
He's not. Okay, Corey. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck. I'm actually rooting for you, Corey. Brad. It seems like Brad is a little doubting, but I'm rooting for you.
Now, I'll tell you this.
I know your situation is better off, is better suited, and is more conducive of you accomplishing this. But I'm just interested to see if it happens.
I'm rooting for him too. If we're being completely honest, I'm rooting for him because I know if he does that and gets Corey's revenge, that's great content for the show. I'm just fairly confident.
We hope.
I'm fairly confident he may just let me roast him in July.
Dude, let's hope he actually starts watching YouTube roasts of whoever and starts taking notes and shit, and he just blasts you to death.
That'd be amazing.
I'm just gonna reuse people's jokes.
That'd be amazing.
No, but just to get the idea of how it works, you can still, dude. If I go and look, I did a YouTube do-it-yourself thing on how to fucking start a gas furnace yesterday because my furnace went out. I didn't know how to do it. So it's not like I went on there and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm now this guy. It doesn't matter. You're just learning. You're learning the process.
Well, here's the thing, Victor. I'm hoping for that too, and I'm hoping he destroys me.
Yeah.
But more realistically, June 9th, he comes to me and goes, just roast me on the next episode. I'm at 5 for the year. And hopefully nobody quizzes me about that 5th one.
I fell asleep halfway
I
through
swear I watched it in March.
I saw the credits, so it counts.
So yeah, good luck, Corey. We'll post all of it. We need to do some sort of write up for this, or maybe we'll do some sort of Facebook video in the next week or so.
There's going to be a lot of Steven Seagal movies. There's a bunch on Netflix.
Ah, okay.
And I watched one today, so that's why it said gave me a list of other movies I could watch. There's 8 Steven Seagal movies.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Way to just completely derail what was the perfect ending to a segment.
Wouldn't be first.
Oh, and by the way,
or 10th.
Before we get to, I swear to God, we're about to talk movies, but we have one last thing before we do that. If at some point in this episode, if Vic starts to sound like a robot or like he's on a Nokia brick phone that has Snake on it,
right?
It's because Corey has touched his cell phone and fucked with our flimsy ass adapter and caused it to go off the rails. He does this every damn week. Now, to his defense, a lot of times he is looking up things, but in our defense and the listeners' defense, those are easily things you could look up on the fucking MacBook right in front of you. But
okay, so hold on. Let me defend him on that, because if he messes with that MacBook, he may possibly turn off the recording.
I swear to God.
I understand.
No, I swear to God, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say but I know why he won't do that on the MacBook is because he's so paranoid that he's going to lose another episode because he's such a bird.
No, it's recorded.
He's such a bird.
There have been times where it has stopped recording. So
yes,
on its own.
Mm-hmm.
However, Corey, do you have a tablet in your possession?
Do you not sitting here with one? You? Do you own one?
Maybe.
That you use on a regular basis, because I hear you talk about it all the time.
Yeah, but no, he doesn't want to use that convenient piece of technology. He'd much rather fucking try to read a list upside down sideways while trying to scroll with one finger not holding the phone on the one thing that can make Vic sound like shit. Not letting the glorious golden pipes come through. All right.
Are you done?
Yes. So that's what you'll hear. If you hear us explaining sound effects to Vic, it's because Corey doesn't understand Bluetooth. If you hear Vic staticking out, it's because Corey has forgotten and is trying to look at his top 100 early 2000 romantic comedies so he can figure out what number, he had I Love You Man at. I believe it was 67, but it could have been 64. Let me go to the list.
So in depth.
Let me go to the list.
I thought you were done.
So moving on.
Thank you.
Speaking of movies and lists, we have a list Corey does of the
Vic's
movies most anticipated. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Vic has it.
Why do I have it?
I thought you're supposed to be leading us through.
Well,
Dude,
it's on the Mac.
It's what?
It's on the Mac.
No, hold on a second.
Just
Corey,
pull up the list, Vic, and talk us through it.
It's no, you are supposed to be doing it. This is the year of the Corey.
All right,
and
fine.
the Corey is
what?
supposed to be.
Here's what you do.
All right, I got it here.
Here's what you do. You have the Meech as like the windows where you can get to them quickly, right?
Yes.
And then you say the next movie you want us to talk about. Then you go back and check.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Then
You want me to start at number 1?
That's the cool thing about computers nowadays. I know. By the way,
Back in my day,
you're also not helping your not a grandpa argument when you say things like, "I ain't never used that Bluetooth." That's the thing.
Them crazy people walking around like they ain't got no sense talking to themselves.
Corey, not only he missed the start of the technology, the piece of technology. By the way, pretty life-changing technology. Something a good nerd, a GERD, would be caught up on. He not only missed the start of it, he missed the entirety to where now, I guarantee you, if he was like, you know what, I kind of have wanted to be like hands-free when I talk. I could probably get a lot more done while I'm working at home if I had a hands-free thing. He's going to go get one of those giant old Bluetooth headsets that looks like an Xbox gaming headset.
Right.
And, oh, dude, wait till you see Nintendo 64. It's going to blow your mind. 3D.
It's amazing.
Looks like it's 3D. Okay, so Corey's going to give us the list of movies that are coming out 2018. We're going to gauge our interest. And later on, he'll go back when he's editing this, and he'll make notes as to what movies we were in on, what movies we were not.
Are we just doing like the top 20, or what are we doing?
Corey knows the list.
I've got the list. You want me to start at number 1?
No, start at the lowest one and move up because it's the
Wait,
most anticipated.
But no. Don't we usually do this? We go through the year.
Yeah, but these aren't in order by.
Okay.
Yeah, and remember what he did last time? He literally went through every single movie for every single month. Okay. The list I sent him is the most anticipated movie.
You know what?
Of 20
You know what I would like to do? I would actually like to go back and listen to that episode because the way that some of those descriptions were written, not the way you read them, unless you were kind of winging it, but the way some of those descriptions were written. Mm-hmm. And then you saw the movie, come out. Yeah. You were like, "Oh, that's not what I fucking thought it was going to be at all." Like that Amy Schumer, whatever her name is, it's like a mother and daughter are, on a blah blah blah, and then the thriller ensues. Blah blah. And you're like, "Oh, Amy Schumer's going to be like an action star," and you're like, "Oh no, it's just one of those really bad, action movies."
Okay, I'll do the top 20. There's several that are outside the top 20 that I personally am looking forward to. So I'll mention those later. Okay. Number 20, Cloverfield movie. Apparently, yes, it's another Cloverfield movie. Are
all these going to be ones that you come back and go, well, actually, all the movies we wanted to see, none of them were made.
Yeah, no.
So is this one of those?
I'm just going by their list.
It says it's coming out this year.
It says it's in post-production right now.
Oh, wow.
It's after
Cloverfield movie.
After a scientific experiment aboard the space station involving a particle accelerator has unexpected results, the astronauts find themselves isolated. Following their horrible discovery, the space station crew must fight for survival.
God damn it!
That sounds like Aliens.
No, you know what this feels like? This feels like 10 Cloverfield Lane all over again.
Right.
Where they make a movie that they like, right? Yeah. That they think is really good. But none of the studios want to touch it because they're like, wait, you're giving me 90 minutes of John Goodman and 2 other people in a bunker?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And so what they do is they get J.J. Abrams, who likes it, to attach, oh, no, it's part of this Cloverfield universe I'm creating. Yeah. And so they attach a shitty alien at the end, and that's supposed to somehow connect that world to the world we saw in the original great movie, Cloverfield, which was a sea monster who supposedly, according to J.J. Abrams, was a baby who was just awakened and frightened from a world that exists beneath ours. Like, that's how the whole Cloverfield movie afterwards was explained. And then if they did 10 Cloverfield Lane, they wanted to get it pushed through. So
we're going to have to do a whole nother thing because that's the first time I've heard that, and that's very odd to me. Where did you get that from?
What?
That whole undersea monster, whatever, baby thing. I've never heard that before. That's the first time I've heard it.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe he talked about it on one of the extra featurettes on the Blu-ray.
Okay. Well, I don't watch Blu-ray, so
or
I'm gonna have to look it up. But no, that's interesting because
I may have read it that he was quoted somewhere. I do know that that's what he had said was. It's more of like he thinks of it like it's like a baby of another monster.
Yeah.
That's frightened, you know. And
but it's just stumbling
so
around.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just stumbling around and shit's happening. It doesn't know what's going on. So, okay, my take on this is the whole Cloverfield universe is exactly what you're saying, Brad. It's like we're gonna make a movie and we can, because it seems like it's gonna be good, but we don't know it. We can't attach it to any particular like entity to make it really big. We'll put Cloverfield on it and people will come see it because they've liked the other ones.
Yeah, because you could tell that ending from 10 Cloverfield Lane could not have been the original ending that whoever wrote that movie had in mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was clearly, we need this to be, we need executives to give us money to greenlight this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, to put the money behind it. Because it just, you went from this intense story, which usually sometimes those I don't get that into because I feel like they're trying too hard. This one felt like they were playing it just right with everybody. And it was a really good movie. And then to me, like once she's throwing the Molotov cocktail into the giant, spaceship portal and landing in a truck that it got to be too much where I'm like, I don't feel like this was how it was supposed to end.
Yeah.
Then I'm also wondering, I'm not sure how this turns into not being just aliens again. An alien on a spaceship, and that's a thing. There's just tons of those movies out there.
Well, you said a planet, right?
No, it's spaceship.
No, it's on a spaceship. But
exactly.
how do you have one of the Cloverfield monsters on a spaceship?
Well, no, it'll be one of the aliens from 10 Cloverfield Lane, and they'll probably just change and say, well, no, that thing from Cloverfield was an alien monster or something. You know what I mean?
It's a different species.
All right. Okay. So here's the deal: the ups and downs of it, Brad. I'm gonna watch it because it's a Cloverfield movie.
Yeah, me too.
And I had my doubts about 10 Cloverfield Lane. I was like, I'm not really thinking that's gonna be very good. Like my first impressions of that movie when I first heard about it, I was like, I'm not watching that. It's gonna be terrible. And then I watched it and I was impressed at how good it was. Until it got to that point.
Well, here's why I feel you and I feel this way. And Corey, I'm sure. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll watch it. I don't really
care,
reason? But I'll watch it.
But no, here's I think so. Now, when you see these movies in this universe come out, you can go, oh, okay. I bet that's a pretty good low budget movie. Like if it's 90 minutes, you can go. I bet that's a pretty good 85-minute low budget movie. Yeah, and I could deal with the 5 minutes of nonsense they tack on the end. So
the loose thread to tie it into the storyline.
Yeah, at least hopefully that the original product you're getting was good enough that somebody wanted to attach this to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to start appreciating 10 Cloverfield Lane for that bunker scene. And
then forget everything else.
Yeah, kind of just pretend that.
And forgive it for the rest.
She escapes. I'm even okay with she escapes. And then sees an alien and we don't know what happened to her.
And then the alien eats her.
Not the spaceship, just the actual alien on the ground.
Yeah.
So maybe from now on when you see that, and then dude, are they going to really do this with every goddamn movie that comes out that they could find some sort of similarity, make it a universe? Like, are we going to have a White Man Can't Jump universe where he's hanging out with fucking Apollo Creed's kid? Like this is getting, now don't get me wrong. We all know how much I love my 90s gangster rap cinematic universe.
Right, absolutely.
And how much I am looking forward to, God damn it. How much we all know I'm looking forward to Bone Thugs in Harmony in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Of course.
Wait, it should be Bone Thugs in Harmony in Guardians of the Galaxy or Bone Thugs in Guardians of the Galaxy?
There you go.
Thugs in Guardians of the Galaxy or Thugs in Harmony in Guardians of the Galaxy? Okay.
No, Thugs in
Guardians of the Galaxy? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Guardians in Harmony.
What is that?
Guardians in Harmony.
Bone Guardians in Harmony.
Guardians, Thugs in Harmony.
Yeah, there you
go. Moving on.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, the big Crazy Bone's going to be the big star for it. But everybody's going to fall in love with Baby Wish. I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
Okay, next
movie.
movie.
He's adorable.
Okay.
It's so cute, this little suit.
I have a little. Hey, I got this thing. It's one of the baby wishes, and when you walk by it, it dances and sings. Bum, 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 bum,
Okay.
bum, bum, bum.
Now, here's one issue I have with this list is that IMDb has created. For number 19, the plot is unknown. It's Venom.
Okay, no, but that's okay though.
I mean, the plot's known, just not the
That
specific
movie's going to
plot.
be off the hook, and I don't care what anybody says. Even though it's been challenged that it's going to be a piece of garbage, that movie is going to be off the hook.
Hey.
And the reason why I think that is because there's no way that they can't do that movie and not have some of the craziest special effects in it that's going to make it passable.
Let me ask you guys this, because you guys, well, one of you should know. Sorry, Corey, it's
Fair
kind of a
enough.
nerdy question, so I'm going to be directing
gonna
this
ask the
to
real nerd.
Vic.
Yeah.
Right.
But Corey might know about this. So there was recently a big acquisition
Mhm.
in the
Right.
comic book movie universe involving, we think we've even talked about this, involving Disney.
Approval for acquisition.
Okay. So is everybody worried about, because there's people that are fans of this, don't like it. Are they worried that, one, we're going to get more of the... First, are they worried that it's going to be turning Deadpool to PG-13?
Yeah.
Hell no. Nope.
Do you think they're going
It's
to
not
keep that
gonna
as
happen.
rated R under a Disney umbrella?
Yes. Disney has
Yes.
already said that they're gonna
Okay.
keep it up.
Yeah, because they're gonna make a separate entity that's gonna keep them like three shades away from Disney, so that they don't have to worry about
Well,
it.
let me ask you guys this. Now that you've seen Logan and enjoyed it, can you go back to watching an X-Men movie with a generic, whoever plays him, Wolverine, who does not actually hurt anyone on screen? Can you go back to, it's like you've seen porn. Can you now go back to the Sports
Skinemax.
Illustrated swimsuit issue?
So here's what I see happening.
To me, I can
when-
I can masturbate to anything, so I'm good. I've knocked 3 out since Corey and I have been sitting at this table.
Nice.
I'm gonna
When
have
they
to
go
clean that.
about yeah, it's a little sticky under that table.
He's got
when
that
they go
hot
about
chick
making
on the purple candle that's been.
That's Prince.
Oh shit! Purple
damn
rain. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. That was
they're
bad.
going to make those movies. They're going to be able to create more movies along that line. I think that you're going to see most of the X-Men movies, when they come out, they're going to go to a darker place anyway, which will allow them to draw more into that. Because I think that, like, them getting it more there's several reasons why I think that they are getting it, and it's not really to do with what movies they can make, but being able to utilize certain words and IPs in order to further the ones that are already there. So now they can do the Infinity Wars, and they can add X-Men into the Avengers, and they can start an X-Force, which is what's really going to happen. If they do an X-Force movie line, that set of movies will be the rated R X-Men movie that people are looking for. They're not going to use the original X-Men for that purpose. They're going to actually create another set of movies based on X Factor, which is a dirtier, darker, grittier, more rated R type of X-Men group or X group. That's what they're going to end up doing with it, in my opinion.
I just made Corey take 2 seconds of silence because I wanted to give Vic enough time to drop that nerdy mic on your ass. That's how a nerd. I got lost halfway through whatever the hell he just said. And by the end, I was just admiring how it must have all made sense. Corey understood it, but I don't think he's fluent in it.
No, I totally understood it, and this is one of the reasons why I'm happy.
So you're okay with this whole?
Oh, yeah.
Like both of you are on board with it. You think it's going to
Look,
be nothing but good things?
Disney is not stupid. They're not. They know what Deadpool did as a rated R film. They know how much money it brought in. They're not going to piss that away.
I will say this is different but similar. I kind of see that, but like it's almost like with ESPN because they own ESPN,
Yeah.
and so this is a show that because of me we have stolen from, and it's my favorite sports radio show. This like ESPN has Dan Lebitard, which is like for a place like ESPN, which is a sports holy grail, like sports fans, it's their place. And then when they want their sports radio, they want lineup talk and predictions and all that. They are the furthest thing away from that, but they're successful and they have that, that devoted fan base, and Disney has let them be them. So I could say, to me, that's kind of along the same lines. Like they brought on Deadpool knowing what Deadpool was.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They didn't bring on Deadpool going, we can change him.
Right. They know.
We're gonna put Mickey Mouse inside of a Deadpool costume.
They're not stupid, and they've already said they're not going to do it. So,
all right. Sorry about that. I took way too long on that. 18.
Okay, number 18. There it is. Hellboy.
Another
Hellboy?
Yes, another Hellboy,
Okay.
directed by Neil Marshall. I don't know if you saw the movie The Descent or Dog Soldiers.
Nope.
Okay, both good films.
What's The Descent about?
The Descent's about a group of women who go down into this cave, and it turns out there's a bunch of cave dwellers down there that ends up,
That like to poop over the edge of big caverns.
Oh no, then I have
weird.
not. I have not seen that.
It's really weird.
I was confusing it with the one where they go to the catacombs in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That movie's horrible.
The catacombs in France. Yeah, that is a bad
He also
movie.
did the movie. It was right on top of my head. Oh, Doomsday.
Doomsday?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
That was a good movie. This one has David Harbour, who was in Stranger Things.
Was he the cop?
Yeah,
I like him.
He's playing Hellboy. Mila Jovovich.
Whoa!
Yeah,
Prequel?
I'm not happy about that at all.
No, this is brand new series. Forget the original 3. This is brand new.
Original 2.
It's a reimagining.
There's only 2 Hellboys, wasn't there?
There was 3, weren't there?
There's Hellboy. There's the Golden Army.
And that's
There's
it.
only 2.
Okay, 2.
There's only 2.
Dude, because I love the Hellboy movies.
Hell yeah!
But
Ron
Ron
Perlman.
Perlman is my Hellboy.
Yeah,
He's Hellboy.
I finally understand those Heath Ledger Joker and Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne people. I finally get them. But in my defense, this is not a character like the Joker. This is not a character like Bruce Wayne. Hellboy, Ron Perlman, you couldn't have found a better, not just physical size, attitude, voice.
Yeah.
Everything
Created
about him was
Hellboy.
that exact perfect character.
Yeah.
Let me give you that. Even on top of that, being someone who's read the Hellboy comic books, when you read something, you kind of have an inclination of what that character sounds like in your head.
Oh yeah.
It was Ron Perlman before. Like I've always liked Ron Perlman. So when I read the comic book, I kind of had the idea that Ron Perlman would have been Hellboy. So when Hellboy came out and Ron Perlman was Hellboy, I was like, "Fucking, this is amazing!" Because Ron Perlman was the Beast in the first Beauty and the Beast TV show that came on in like the 80s.
Oh yeah.
So that character, when I saw it Hellboy, I was like, Ron Perlman would make a good Hellboy, and then he became Hellboy, and that was the end of it. So, there's no way having someone else play Hellboy does not work for me at all. We'll see what he does.
If we're ever lucky enough that at one of the conventions we get invited to cover, if there's ever Ron Perlman there, I don't care how much it is, we will do a show. We'll compile the show money together. We are meeting him.
Yes.
And if he is kind enough to give us 30 seconds of anything, it is going to be a quick video where Vic simply looks at him and just goes, "It was you. It was always you." And then just hugs him.
He's not even listening.
I am listening. I will hug him and say, "It's always been you." And I will.
Could have used your laugh there, Vic.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Corey recognized that you weren't there, and instead of helping out with giving me a little chuckle, just decided to point out how awkward it was that you weren't even listening. Again, great teammate over here.
All right. So does that mean all 3 of us are in?
Yes.
I want to see this new Hellboy first.
All right.
I'm going to be...
No. He's in about watching it. I am in to watch it. I am just not sold that it will stand up.
Victor, I am not even that far. I am going to be snooty internet fan about this, and this Hellboy has to prove himself to me, and I hate those people. I hate those not even see the finished product or what they're going for thing. But no, this for some reason all of a sudden Hellboy's become really sacred to me.
Wasn't that you with it, sir?
No. I was very, very open to whoever played Pennywise.
Yeah.
Especially once I saw. I will say I got a little skeptical when I first saw the drawings of what they were going to do for the costume for him.
Right.
But then once I saw one piece of him or whatever, I was like, yeah, I'm good. He's got it. Like,
all right. So we need to reserve judgment till we.
Oh, I'm aware I'm being irrational, Vic. It's like I told former executive producer turned heel Molly Smith during the first part of our breakup. I'm aware I'm irrational and I'm saying things that make no sense, but I'm going to say them. And I'm going to keep acting that way. So until this new, what's his name, sir? Who's playing him?
Oh, David Harbour.
Oh, wait, the sheriff from Stranger Things?
Yes.
I really do like him. He may not be a bad Hellboy.
Look how quickly he turned.
He's pretty I mean, he's not Ron Perlman, but I mean, if you're going to find Ron Perlman light or Diet Perlman, you know.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think this is going to be interesting.
So
I'm interested to see
let me say that one, build wise, he can pull it off. I know there's a lot of prosthetics there, but as far as a lot of the facial things that are going on with him, I think he can probably do it. But he does have a pretty sharp wit along the same lines as Ron Perlman, I think that could be the saving grace.
And he does play well that I'm doing the right thing, but I fuck it, you know.
Wrong.
I'm annoyed for doing it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is how I live every day of my life. Every day I get up, I'm like, I got to do the right thing. I want to do the right thing, but fuck people.
Yep. So the next movie on the list.
Yep.
Black Panther.
Do you need to ask?
Yeah,
nope.
Come on.
It's in my
we've already covered.
We're all in.
I'm
yeah.
in.
I was going to say, I think we're all in on that one. The next one.
By the way, the Showdown would like to be one of the first out there to say how much we fully endorse and support a black-led superhero movie.
Absolutely.
The New Mutants.
But now an Asian?
Yes.
Was that that's a delayed yes?
No, I'm actually kind of intrigued by this movie because it's the first time that they've done a horror-based comic book superhero movie. This is a pretty dark, like where this comes from is basically a horror movie, a horror comic. So I'm pretty interested to see how they do it. And I love the New Mutants. It was one of my favorite comic books to read. So I'm interested to see where they go with it. And I'm kind of down for it.
Are there any characters that normal people would know?
Unless they read that comic book, no, because they're not a common. They're not characters that are
like Suicide Squad
crossovers.
or
No, they're not crossover characters very much at all.
So we're not going to have a chance of getting Jared Leto as the Joker.
No.
What do you want to bet after they told him that they wanted to do the Joker biopic, but they wanted to use like Leonardo DiCaprio? I bet he's calling everyone that makes a comic book movie just like, hey, are there any issues where the Joker pops up? You know, the one where he's like, the one where he's wearing like a grill and he's tattooed up and, you know, has that Carlos Boozer.
Is it possible for me to get in there?
Dye. Come on, man! I got all this stuff laying around. I got these tattoos are real. I wanted to be like Ledger, man. Dedicate myself to the role, and then they were like, "No, we're just gonna do one movie." His
are really expensive to get off.
you know how his Joker was so bad.
How?
It didn't drive him to depression and almost suicide.
Oh my god!
Like Jack Nicholson said, he struggled with that after playing the Joker. He
survived,
and was like depressed, and suicide because it's such a dark character. And his was the light version, and then Heath Ledger, we saw, and
he survived mentally.
Jared Leto was fine. That dude was playing a guy with weird eyes in another comic book movie like 6 weeks later.
Right. All right, the next movie on the list, number 15, is Robin Hood. Okay. Now, I didn't know anything about this.
Black Panther is under Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Would you real quick, because I have a feeling this one's going to be fast, but would you take, if you knew a role, because you know how they say, like, those guys were saying, playing that Joker character, and Skarsgård even said with Pennywise, playing an evil clown takes a toll on you mentally. And then you heard, like, it used to be like, oh, well, the first, the couple of people who played Superman have either died or gotten paralyzed or whatever. And then you have the Madden curse. Oh, guys that were on the cover of Madden got hurt the next year. If you knew that was, like, not just, like, a superstition, but a fact, like, if you knew that everyone that played Superman after they were done playing Superman, got paralyzed, would you still play Superman if they offered it to you?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah.
Are you being sincere, or are you trying to be for the show?
No, I'm being sincere.
Okay.
I mean, because I think those are just coincidences.
Okay.
So I don't think
No. That's not. This is
hypothetical that it's
yeah,
a fact that these things happen.
that it is a fact that once you're done playing Superman, somehow you will get paralyzed.
No, screw it. If it is for a fact, then
you would not do it.
No.
So you would trade in, like, if you did 4 movies and Christopher Reeves got to play Superman for 10 years, that's 10 years, and he became top of the world. Everything, you would not trade that in for that.
No.
Vic, what about you?
Paralyzed.
You know what, Vic? Everybody that plays the Hulk gets AIDS. Would you still take the role? Like they like severe AIDS, where you're like you're dying soon.
Oh, I was thinking more like
not like Magic Johnson HIV.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Magic Johnson, I'll take it.
No. No, like the Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia.
Oof. How long do I get to live the high life?
Well, Vic, you already poked a hole in my answer, but my answer is going to be, of course I would, because I would just play Superman for the rest of my life. Even if no one was offering me a movie, I would still dress up as Superman every day. just to go to I guess it wouldn't be Death. Who handles paralysis? Does Death have a guy for that? Or does Death still do that?
No, Death kills you.
That's like maybe like a to be continued, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to really take you, so you're just going to lose your legs.
Speaking of time, we should get back to our list.
But getting the chance to play the Incredible Bulk, the Black Hulk, I'm in.
Yeah, I just, I'm not. We're not making another Superman movie. I'm
going to produce my own. I made a shit ton of money.
Corey,
I'm going to make my own movie.
Corey, live stream me everywhere I go. You're just sitting on your couch playing.
We're going to hire director Corey Miller to produce.
Oh shit, dude, you're paralyzed. I didn't even get the footage, man. I forgot to charge the phone. Sorry, you're paralyzed. You lost your legs. Okay. Now the showdown is mine.
You're sitting in your house enjoying, and all of a sudden you get paralyzed from the waist down. You pick up the phone and go, motherfucker.
No.
You lost that footage, didn't you?
No. Vic. I don't need to make that call. Once I lose the legs, it's just a Corey. Guess who's changing my diaper from here on out?
You're contractually obligated.
Should we get back to the list?
Yeah. Why?
Okay.
Why would we keep going with this funny and unique, humorous content? Let's jump back into this list of movies that probably aren't even going to be made.
All right, Robin Hood. As I said, this has got Jamie Foxx in it, Taron Egerton, who was in the Kingsman.
Robin Hood.
No, Jamie Foxx.
Is he playing at you?
Yeah, he is. Who was? He was playing.
Read me the synopsis for this, please.
There isn't one.
Oh.
He's playing Little John. Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing. He's gonna run around rapping the entire time.
What?
I mean, this is probably better than like.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Okay, so what do you want to bet? Jamie Foxx. Who have they said who's playing Robin Hood? Did you say?
Joel Edgerton.
Who is that?
Taron Egerton. Sorry, he's the dude that was in the Kingsman.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I guarantee you, they were option 3. You know what the first 2 options were? Option 1, Robin Hood is played by The Rock. Little John is played by Kevin Hart. Option 2.
Irony.
Option 2. Robin Hood is played by Will Ferrell. Little John is played by Kevin Hart.
Or John C. Reilly.
No. I was running with the Jamie Foxx repeat. The little black guy.
Okay.
But option 3, Kingsman and the Fox.
So, are you in or not?
No, I don't like any Robin Hood movie.
Vic?
Except for Men in Tights. It's the only one I've ever liked in my life.
Yeah.
I hated that Kevin Costner one.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it.
But I also
everyone loved it, but it wasn't.
I also hate most Kevin Costner movies. I can't think of one that I like.
Field of Dreams.
Now, Robin Hood Men in Tights, I thought was hilarious. What they're going to do with this, I think, is going to make it more of a modernized action type thing.
I do too.
So it might like something between Robin Hood Men in Tights and the Kevin Costner movie, where it's got kind of a serious flow to it, but it's got some comical edge. If they do it more like Kingsman, I'm in. If they do it more like Robin Hood with Kevin Costner, I'm out.
Yeah, but see, Robin Hood with Kevin Costner tried that as well, but it's that Kevin Costner movie sense of humor where it's like kind of a very bad inside joke if you've paid full attention to the whole movie. And you're just like, oh, that's supposed to be like the comic relief point of the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, what were you just saying? Right before Vic
know.
said that. What did you say? Because there's something that made me think.
There's lots of things that make
We were
you
talking
think.
about the Robin Hood movie. I don't want to see it.
You went back and forth with who it should be for the first through two.
Yeah, it was after that.
Third
Man,
point.
I had a
You
point
mentioned
on
the
it.
It
people
must
who
not
are
have
playing
been
though.
good enough to warrant remembering.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah.
So let's
I don't want
move
to.
on.
I don't want to. I don't want to see the movie. Oh wait, no. When I said I can't, like, I don't think I could think of any Kevin Costner movie I like.
Mm-hmm.
I've told people that before. For some reason, people are always astounded by
defensive.
that or almost offended. It's like if you tell someone, like, I don't mind dogs, but I'm not really a dog person. They look at you like you just told them you're a pedophile. When I said
What do
that,
you mean you didn't like Dances with Wolves?
Corey did the same thing. Every single person has always done when I've said I don't like Kevin Costner movies. And I go, I can't even think of one that I like. They always go, Field of Dreams. Oh, that's right. That was a Kevin Costner movie, wasn't it? Like, when I was thinking of Kevin Costner movies, the most obvious, cliche, universal answer to attach to him besides Waterworld, which I don't like, is Field of Dreams. One of my least favorite movies ever.
What about The Postman?
Has been mentioned 100 times. It's just Waterworld with dirt, dude. That's all The Postman is. It's the exact same story with him on land.
Does he play a kind of brooding protagonist who is a little rough around the collar but has the heart in the right place and is always just looking out for the little guy doing what's right?
Exactly what it is.
Lives by a moral code?
Absolutely.
Just does what's right. Ugh. Or he's some retired athlete.
What about
who's
Draft
just
Day?
holding on to his glory days, but on the he's still that party boy nightlife. That's why he can't be with his ex-wife, who he's still obviously in love with, but knows that they're not meant to be
You
together.
mean that other baseball
God.
movie?
There it is.
I will say the closest I've ever gotten to liking a Kevin Costner movie, and I guarantee is The Bodyguard. And I would have liked that's because The Bodyguards to me is a really good movie to me, like a really entertaining movie to me. And I guarantee I would have liked it way more if Kevin Hart would have played the bodyguard in that movie.
I really
So
want.
here's my honest fact.
I
here.
consider that a Whitney Houston film.
Though Kevin Costner movies do normally like aggravate me, I end up watching fucking Waterworld every time it comes on, and I don't know why.
Probably
Like I don't know why I sit through it. I don't know why I sit through it, but I watch it every time.
You like to torture yourself.
I guess so.
That's like
Maybe
that's
it.
like a cult thing, though. That movie, that's a cult movie for sure. There's a positive fan base behind it because it's almost like that Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
Which, boy, if we ever get proactive in our great off the wall ideas, we have something fun for you guys this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it probably won't happen, but
It probably
we'll
won't
keep it a
happen,
secret
but
for
we're
now.
hoping. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
You're not even gonna let me in. I see how it is.
You know,
You
what
already
it
know
is.
what it is.
Oh, okay.
If we give you a hint over the air, kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
Right. I got you.
Number 14, The Jungle Book. Apparently, they're doing a sequel.
I'm okay with that. The first one wasn't
That's not
bad.
necessary.
This-
And no, it was not. But why do you need a sequel to that?
This
There isn't
one-
even a sequel story to it, is there?
There's a
Originally,
cartoon sequel.
is
Yeah.
there?
Well, of course,
Yeah.
Dick.
Never seen
or
that.
It's
Dick.
Disney.
Of course, Dick. Of course, Vic. It's a Disney movie.
I still have never. I never heard of that. I didn't
There's
know.
Jungle Book 9, the Panthers, big slumber party, and learning to count shapes.
Ah,
right.
Gotcha.
Who counts shapes? That's how dumb I am.
Andy's
My go-to toddler educational term was count
Counting
shapes.
shapes.
Sorry, go ahead. Corey hates us right now.
This one is directed by Andy
Vic and I are over
Serkis.
here trying to do like a very entertaining podcast.
Andy
but he wants
Serkis
to
is-
get through this list.
He is
Right.
He is directing.
Who is?
Andy Serkis?
Andy Serkis.
And he's also in it.
Wait, is this the dude that plays the monkey in Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
And-
Plays. Yeah.
I thought
yeah.
his name was Serkis.
No, it's Serkis.
It's Serkis. Pronounced.
I'm not a
Serkis.
big fan of that guy. Feel like
Really?
he gives
He's
way too much credit for playing a monkey.
He's also going to be in Black Panther coming up soon. because he's in.
Doesn't he get like Oscar? People are saying like he deserves Oscar nominations for playing a monkey.
Yeah.
No, but his character, like, there's something to be said for a person that can play a character actor. That's a character actor.
But isn't he all CGI?
Yeah, but he still has to act it out.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
but
still
they
have to act it. You still have to give the emotion to.
That's true,
the
but they can make his face kind of look like what they want. Like,
Yeah,
they're like, we want
not-
him to be a little more sad than Andy was, and they can just change it.
Yeah, but he still has to go through the motions.
Yeah, but normally they don't do a lot of changing when it comes to what they put out. It's like Doug Jones is the same way. He's a great character actor. He's in everything, but most people don't know who the hell he is because they don't know it's him.
Yeah.
But he gets all kinds of awards because of how well he's able to portray characters, in TV shows and movies.
Yeah, let's. I'm sure his competition's Clint Howard.
So here's the plot of the movie, Vic, for you.
I'm the weird guy in all my brother's movies.
A
That's my
human.
impression of Clint Howard.
A human.
Maybe I'll be a new guest, Corey. We had to say goodbye to Coach Pagano. This is my brother's podcast, right?
Okay.
That's why I'm on here.
Now you just sound like the nerd kid dude.
You don't know what that sounds like.
Anyway, it's the plot is
Vic, where are you at? That was such a
Oh,
well-placed.
I'm still laughing.
Called him
I'm
not a
sorry.
nerd. There, as a well-placed joke.
I'm sorry. I'm
Help
still
if you would
laughing
laugh
at it.
into the mic.
It
I'm now
was one of
just
those-
seeing how
no,
long
there's
I could
those-
delay this next number. What are we on?
There's those super hard
I'm reading
laughs
the
where
plot
nothing
of
comes
Jungle
out.
Book.
Like, when you laugh so hard nothing comes out? That's what was just happening. Like, I couldn't even enunciate
That or you
the
didn't
laugh.
think it was funny, but then I guilted you into saying that you were laughing so hard there wasn't sound.
Well,
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Well timed. See?
All right.
What number are we on? 19?
Before we move to 13,
Jesus.
Vic,
Okay, so only the 13.
Let's take a 10-minute intermission where we talk about our hopes and dreams and what our favorite food would be on a desert island. No,
As long as there's no donkeys or coaches involved.
go ahead.
Okay.
Mine would be chicken parmesan.
a human child raised
If
by
you're gonna be on
wolves
that desert island, you want to try to get off. You know what you got to do, Corey?
must face
Do your
off
job.
against a menacing
Stay
tiger
in your
named Shere
lane.
Khan, as well as his
Chop
own origins.
Wood.
It's the freaking original movie.
Yeah.
I don't have a job anymore.
How are they remaking that same movie again? They already
Well,
did it.
Victor, they're staying in their lane. They're
Is
doing
Idris
their
Alba
job.
playing? Is Idris Alba playing Shere Khan?
He's out there chopping wood.
Let me check.
He's got a lot of grit. It's a very
Shere
gritty
Khan,
movie.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Very gritty movie.
Cumberbatch?
Yep.
What the fuck are they doing?
Yeah,
Are they remaking the movie again?
Yeah, it was a rodeo out there, man.
Got Kate Blanchett. Andy Serkis playing Baloo.
What the fuck are they doing?
I have no idea.
Is it a live action? Is it a live action? Or are they
Are you
doing,
looking
like,
up
doing
movies
animated?
coming out in 2016?
No, it's 2018.
Are they is this an animated or is it a live action?
It does not
I'm
say.
guessing live action. I don't think you would follow up. You're not going to get that Andy Sudeikis.
That's Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, you're not going to get Andy Serkis. Is that how you say his name? Just like a
Yep.
South Circus?
Yeah.
I don't like that. Not going to get Andy to do a voice for a cartoon, I would imagine. Wait a minute, I don't get to wear those little ping pong balls? I don't want to be a part of this film.
It's also known as Jungle Book Origins, and the release date is October 19th.
See, they can use all those characters. They're just going to get backstories.
Right.
Aren't
It's
they?
going to be a prequel.
Hang on a second. Is there another Disney live action movie on this list, Corey?
Let me check.
Yes, there should be.
Maybe.
Okay, well, I'll wait.
Okay.
I withhold my question.
Okay. So the next one, number 13, Fantastic Beasts: The Criminal Minds of
Man, it'd been
Grindelwald.
so good if the next one was the Disney one.
Yeah, no.
So
So
Didn't see the
the
first movie.
sequel to that one, didn't they like capture that dude and put him in jail?
I don't know. I didn't see the first one.
This seems like a teen movie.
It's a Harry
It's
Potter
Harry Potter.
prequel.
Oh, you know what? I will end up seeing it. My daughter's really into Harry Potter now, so I'm reading the books now. And
Yep.
my daughter.
Let me recommend the books on CD.
You know what? That's the thing when you're a lazy parent, you get really excited that your kid is like into reading, but then they want to like share it with you.
And you realize you
God
have to put work
damn it!
in.
Now I got homework.
Dude, I'm telling you, listen to me, okay? So my daughter got into, what was it, the whole Twilight thing.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, and I was like, oh God, I want to be interested in what you're interested in. I want to be able to have a conversation with you because you're so excited about this or whatever. And I was like, I cannot fucking even begin to read or think about reading any of those books. Like, it'll kill me.
Oh,
I went on YouTube and I looked up all of the Twilight books in 10 minutes, and there was an actual YouTube video that explained all of those books in like 10 minutes. And I was able to have a full-out conversation. She's like, how do you know so much about Twilight? I'm like, 10 minutes of my life that I can never get back. But you were so worth it.
You're going into like all the fan fiction stuff, theories.
It was ridiculous.
I think these could be the same universe as the Hunger Games.
Apparently, it was good information. So
all right, number 12 is called Annihilation, starring Natalie Portman, Tessa Thompson, who was in the new Thor movie, Oscar Isaac.
Yep, this is another one where we think it's going to be like some end-of-the-world disaster movie a la 2012, and it's going to end up being like, because she's a powerful woman who's now the boss, and that means all the guys are in for annihilation day.
Is there a description of the movie?
Yeah, it says
starring Meryl Streep.
It does.
How close is Brad?
A biologist signs up for a dangerous secret expedition where the laws of nature don't apply.
Okay, we'll see.
Nah, I'm not sold on it.
I'll watch it.
I don't know. Wait till you see the trailer.
Number 11, A Wrinkle in Time.
Is this a time-traveling movie?
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I don't want to see it.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
A Wrinkle in Time. You don't know the book, A Wrinkle in Time?
I saw the movie a few years ago, like maybe 15 years ago.
You keep talking about, I share Twilight, like the books with my daughter. You keep talking to us about movies.
Yeah, I don't know.
When you're a younger kid, though, it's a very Disneyized movie, obviously because it's a Disney story, but it's one of those things like, what was the one that just came out not too recently?
I know you're talking about with George
Space
Clooney?
Mountain or some shit, whatever it was.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, what was that? Tomorrowland.
God, I heard that was horrible.
It wasn't that bad, really.
Think of it like it's a I guess a coming of age fantasy story for a teenager involving a teenager, but the story behind it is pretty good. But I don't know how to explain it. But it's worth watching. But I don't think it's going to be good. I don't think it's worth watching, but I don't think it's going to be good.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
All right, that's a no.
Like you're going to end up taking your daughter to see it. I guarantee it.
We'll see. We'll see. That might be.
You're going to fight it, but it's going to happen.
That might be a good grandma in Harper. I remember this.
You're going to evade it. I got you.
Number 10, Ready Player One.
Fucking yes.
Really don't have any interest.
Yeah.
Seeing
what?
This.
Fuck that, I'm in.
Get it, Vic. It was my number 3 movie of the year already. Of course I'm going to see it. We've talked about that enough.
All kind of.
Number 9, Aquaman. Now, I wasn't even real sure that they were doing a movie, especially this early.
Vincent Chase is my Aquaman.
Yeah. Arthur Curry learns that he is the heir to the underwater kingdom.
All right, we're all in. We're all going to see it. Let's go past.
Number 8.
Although, hold on real quick. I will be interested. I thought they did a good job. And like people were like, why did they choose Jason Momoa? Why did they had to put him in? Blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, because kind of the thoughts or whatever, the perception of Aquaman is he's really gay. So they're like, we need to use like the manliest guy. A guy that looks like he just has pussy dripping off of him every time he gets out of that water. Like you're like, if there's mermaids in this world, he's fucking them.
All right, number 8. One that I'm looking forward to. Pacific Rim Uprising.
I'm down with that.
I am too.
I think I remember being a little disappointed with Pacific Rim. I think I remember. I haven't seen it in a long time though.
Yeah,
I'd have to go back and rewatch to gauge my interest.
Yeah, I went to the theater and saw it by myself.
I know I've only seen it like maybe once or twice max. So I'm gonna have to say I can't give it an answer because I don't remember how much I liked the first one. I remember I didn't hate it because I don't have any thoughts of hating it, but I don't have any thoughts of loving it. It's weird.
Come on, Ron Perlman was in it.
That's true.
I don't even remember that. It's been that long.
Number 7, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm in.
Yeah, Paul Rudd. I'm in.
I'm gonna see it, of course. I'm kind of skeptical as to how well it's gonna be.
How did they not lead off the Universal Monster universe with Paul Rudd as Dracula?
I know, right?
And then you do
blah blah. I'm
you
here
do
to suck your blood.
When you do the Bride of Dracula, you just
You
bring in Stacey Dash.
Yep. She
Or
needs a job.
huh?
I said she needs a job.
Yeah, or Brittany Murphy.
Let's see. Number 6. Incredibles 2.
Nah.
I don't care.
Vic.
I'll wait for it to go to video.
Boom.
I think it's a great movie, but I just don't think a sequel to that movie is going to be as good.
Number 5. Solo, a Star Wars story.
I said it earlier. Remember?
Yeah.
I was like, "What's coming out in 20? That's some bullshit Star Wars thing."
Dude, I'm
in for
all
this.
in for this.
Yeah,
I am super excited to see young Lando Calrissian.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about it.
Is that Donald Glover?
Donald Glover.
Yep.
Donald Glover. Yeah, he's gonna.
That's
fucking
good
beat
for
the
him,
top.
man. That's probably like a serious, huge thing.
I mean, it's literally on the level of Samuel Jackson being in Star Wars.
Ron Howard is directing, so we may see Clint.
I'm gonna be in a Star Wars movie. And you know what? I'm going to play one of the creatures in the diner, and they're going to use me because then they don't have to worry about makeup.
Yeah.
I look like a creature from a Star Wars movie. My brother's directing a Star Wars movie. That's what he said. He said, "Hey, Clint, I am your father." And I was like, "I remember that quote from Star Wars." And he was like, "No, that's why you're so deformed. I'm your brother and your father."
Anyway.
I was like, "All right, Ron.
Oh my god.
That's okay.
All
Can you
right.
put me in a movie? I want to be in Philadelphia.
Oh, God.
Can I play Denzel's part, or do I have to have AIDS?"
What have we done?
Did Ron Howard direct
We
Philadelphia?
opened fucking
No, I don't think we
Pandora's.
did.
We opened Pandora's
I
box.
attached
We did.
Tom Hanks to Ron Howard from Apollo 13, and then just added Philadelphia like it was their pet project that they got to do if they agreed to do the big Apollo 13 studio movie. All right, if you do the space movie that the studio wants, then you can do your AIDS movie.
All right, I got 4 more here.
Yeah, Ron, you should do the AIDS movie.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is number 4. Nah.
I'll go see it. I love Jurassic Park movies.
And Jeff Goldblum is back.
Nice.
I don't even do a Goldblum impression.
I know. You need to work on
I
that.
did just my face.
Yeah.
I'm 100% down for any Jurassic Park movie. But do they have the synopsis of that? Are they going back to the dinosaurs?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
They're going back to dinosaurs, Vic. This whole thing's going crazy.
Here it is. When the island's dormant volcano begins roaring to life, Owen and Claire mount a campaign to rescue the remaining dinosaurs from this extinction.
Pass.
You know what that is? That's fucking Mother Nature saying, "Go, I killed these fuckers once."
Pass. Absolute pass. May not even watch it. Sounds like garbage. The volcano's exploding and they're trying to rescue dinosaurs.
How are they going to do that? And is the T-Rex going to run in and save them
No,
again?
that's going to be the big thing, Vic. It's half the movie's going to be setting a trap that the T-Rex will get into the cage, but then the T-Rex gets loose on whatever transporting thing because they don't think, oh, maybe we should let these abominations fucking die on this fire island. Like, oh, this park's been operating for how many years and nobody knew that it was an active volcano?
Dude, but then there's the underlying story of finding out if dinosaur meat is actually good to eat, because there will be tons of roasted dinosaur.
No, there won't, Vic, because they're going to fucking get all of them out. Watch. The only ones that'll be there are the genetic ones where the meat's no good.
Oh, gotcha.
Number 3, Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wreck-It Ralph 2.
That's a ballsy claim.
That's the number 3 most
yeah, I know.
anticipated movie of the year.
'Cause I got a hardline connection to my PS4. I can dance.
You know,
Sarah Silverman and what's his name are both back.
let me see. I will check that. I would assume that John C. Reilly
I'll go
is
see
back.
it because I love the concept of, but I do hope that they stay more true to video games. I like those kind of movies. You like seeing the characters you know.
Yeah.
I don't need a whole lot of like. Wouldn't it be cool to see like Wreck-It Ralph in an actual whole adventure with Mario or any other, whatever character Disney can get their hands on,
Yeah.
instead of this fake commando woman from a fake game?
Okay. Took me a second, but yes, Sarah Silverman is back and John C. Reilly is back as well.
I'm gonna say yes, I'll watch it, but I'm not real. I find it hard to believe that that's the number 3 most anticipated movie.
As far as animated films, that's the highest one.
I might fucking boycott this shit because Black Panther is always at the bottom of this list, and fucking Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet.
This show's behind you, Vic.
It's ridiculous. I'm wearing a black
for another 6 weeks.
Socks.
All right.
I'm wearing black socks.
So number 2.
No one got that for another 6-7 weeks.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I got
behind
you. I got you.
Then it's March.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we were just letting it go.
Right.
Deadpool sequel is number 2.
Of course.
We've gone in exhaustion about this.
And number 1 is Avengers Infinity War.
Okay, so there was not another live-action Disney movie on that list.
No, there wasn't.
You lied.
No, I never
You
said
said
that.
maybe, but you said it in a way as to where there was. Did he not, Vic? We were talking about Jungle
Yes.
Book, and I said,
No,
is
he
there
said
another...
that. I didn't say that.
Huh?
I didn't say that. He did. So
No,
anyway,
you
said there should be.
looked at the list and said maybe, and I go, I'll
there's
hold
one
my
at 21.
question. Huh?
There's one at 21. A live-action feature film.
I meant coming up.
follow-
Why would you think I meant the part of the list we weren't going to go over?
No, I'm just...
I was going to bring something
Is it The
up.
Lion King?
I stopped myself because I wanted to check to see if the movie I was going to ask about was going to be coming up. You looked at the list and said maybe, and then
Which is
said,
a
and I said,
no.
okay, then I'll
He's
hold
been
my...
sitting there charging
I'll
his
withhold
fucking
my
fireball this
question.
entire time so he could blow that shit up, and it's not even...
I'll
it's
withhold
it's
my
fucking
question.
fizzled.
And how does he respond? As soon as he reads the next movie, and I go, oh, that I wish that would have been the Disney one. He goes, yeah, me too. You probably can hear that on the podcast. And you didn't think at one point in time, maybe I should tell him that, hey, I'm not going to actually read that live-action Disney. Yes, Lion King was the one I was going to ask about. I heard. Yes. I wondered when that comes out.
Not on the list. Not number 21 was Cruella.
Well, it may not be coming out this year, because if it's coming out this year, I'm guessing it probably would have been on that list,
yeah,
right?
it would have.
That's gonna be like one.
And
That's
I
gonna be
know
one of
it's
the
not
biggest
on the
movies
list.
ever, don't you think?
This list has over 100 movies, and
Isn't that Disney's most popular movie ever?
possibly?
Probably still to this day.
Yeah.
But maybe Frozen.
Some of the other ones that were left off the list that didn't make the top 20: X-Men: Dark Phoenix.
I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with all that other stuff.
Sicario 2. I didn't know we needed a sequel.
Okay.
Tomb Raider.
The Lion King is 2019.
There you go. Ocean's 8. Now, did you like the Ocean's 11, 12?
Not really.
Not really.
Here's the thing. I enjoy the movie as I watch it, but it's like I don't ever want to see that movie again.
Well, you're going to, because it's called Ocean's 8. This time, it's all females.
Oh, okay.
And
As long, it depends on the females they get. I might watch something.
I'll give you the cast list. It's funny you should ask. Olivia Munn, Kate Blanchett, Dakota Fanning, Sandra Bullock, Anne Hathaway,
I hate that little bitch.
Anne Hathaway, Helena Bonham Carter,
Pass.
Sarah Paulson, Katie Holmes, Rihanna.
Let me ask you a question.
Pass.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Has there ever been an actor or actress that, for whatever reason and for whatever unknown reason, they annoy the living piss out of you?
Oh,
so much that you want to stab them in the throat, rip out their eyes, and then piss down the open sockets.
That's pretty hard.
Maybe not
That is Dakota Fanning for me.
Oh, I thought you were talking
That
about
is
Sandra
Dakota Fanning
Bullock.
for me, and I have no idea why. Like, I don't know why I hate that little girl, but literally she annoys the
She's a
piss out
woman
of
now,
me.
Vic. She's already been raped in a movie, I think.
Either way, it's just
Hasn't she?
Yeah.
like her entire career, she's always been the irksome actress.
All
in
right,
my
well, calm
existence.
down there.
Didn't you think he was talking about Sandra Bullock with the
I
timing
did,
of that?
yeah.
I was just like, damn, who hates Sandra Bullock that much? Like, I'm not a big fan of her movies, but she seems like a delightful person.
Another one that's on the list. All it says in the description is a remake of the '87 sci-fi film Predator. And that's The
Yeah, I
Predator.
saw that too.
Pass.
I saw a thing like that. But look at the cast list.
Yeah, Olivia Munn, Jacob Tremblay, Yvonne Strahovski. That's all I can see right now without clicking on the link. Yeah. Couple other ones. I just want to.
I'm trying. Hold on. The reason why I brought that up is I'm trying to figure out who's going to play Jesse the Body Ventura's character.
Yeah,
Jesse the Body Ventura.
It says
and who's playing David Duke's character.
You've got two characters that are female.
Who's David Duke? Carl Weathers
in the cast list. That's
not David Duke is the big black guy, the dark black man.
He was the dude that was in Menace. He was the dude that was in Menace. That was
he was the other guy the other big guy that played with the opposite.
Not white supremacist David Duke.
No.
That's
you got Mary Poppins Returns, Equalizer 2.
Okay. Go ahead.
Your
selection of movies you needed to get in at the end are strange.
No.
I understood the Predator remake for our audience. I understood whatever you just said. But
here's one,
Mary Poppins?
No. This one's for you. Fighting with My Family. That's the one that's directed by Stephen Merchant. It's got The Rock in it. It's centered around a former wrestler and his family make a living performing at small venues around the country while his kids dream of joining WWE. This is the one that they were filming stuff like last year.
Oh wait, then that's the movie about Paige.
Yeah.
About who?
About she's a wrestler.
I got that. But
Paige.
What's the
significance? Her family was all wrestlers. Yeah, her family was all wrestlers. She got to WWE at like 19 or 20. It was, she was a big star right away, crazy. But
right.
I don't know. You're not going to get the real Paige unless we get an
X-rated version,
a interracial threesome.
Scarface. Apparently, there's a remake of Scarface starring Diego Luna. Yeah, no thanks. We already got one.
Yeah, that's a movie you shouldn't remake. You should just make the same type of movie and give it a different name.
Yeah. One other one I wanted to throw out there. Two actually. Super Troopers 2 will be out on April 20th, 4/20. And one other one, The Irishman, with Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, and directed by Martin Scorsese.
Ugh.
Yeah, nothing there sounds
they're all amazing, but it's to the point where it's just like when people go, "Oh, look at this character, that's Scorsese," then I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, you know what? Now I don't want to see it." It's probably good.
Robert Rodriguez, director from Dusk Till Dawn, has a new one coming out called Alita: Battle Angel. I don't know a whole lot about this other than the fact that it's a girl that used to be a robot that's part human or something or other. It's taken from a comic book. I don't know a lot about it. It looks interesting. It's Robert Rodriguez. I love all of his films. So
he's reverting back to last year, Vic. Now he's just reading movie titles with vague descriptions that are never going to be made, telling about how interested he is.
Rampage 2.
Huh?
Rampage
2?
No. Just Rampage.
You said Rampage 2.
Yeah, because I was looking at my next movie. Creed 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to, I thought you should have just gone with no, Rampage also.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I think we talked about this literally a couple weeks ago. We talked about the trailer.
And Creed 2 is the last one.
Which I think we've talked about as well.
Yeah.
These are all excellent movies to bring up as we're trying to wrap up our hour and 45-minute look ahead.
Half hour of which was us just BSing. So let's go ahead.
Because the best show opening ever.
Yeah, I know. Let's do it.
Vic, are you even still here?
I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well,
that's how interested I am in this topic that we run into, that he's gotten us into.
Well, that's
the Corey Bad movie review.
Shut
up, Vic.
That's our look ahead episode, and I think we should. We started off this episode by playing probably the hottest holiday song from last year. Vic, you didn't hear it, but it was actually the hottest Halloween song from Boo 2, Medea, the Black Beatles.
Black Beatles, yeah.
So I think we should go out with the same. You can't hear it, Vic, but I turned it up and then restarted it.
Nice.
Are you enjoying it? You can't. This is probably the best part for you. You don't have to hear it. All right, that's the show. So thank you for listening. We sincerely appreciate it.
Make sure to find us on Twitter at The Showdown Pod and on Facebook as well.
And find Corey at NKO Gonzo, Vic at Black and Angry, BLAQ and Angry.
On Xbox.
And on Xbox
and
PlayStation. And me. And Miller King 51 on Twitter. At Miller King 51. You can find me at Brad Scott Comedy all over the place. So thank you guys for listening to The Showdown. Whew, I know you got to be exhausted because I'm tired of. I'll be back.